You are listening to Practical Change for Midlife Lesbians with Claire Baker, episode number 23. If you're a midlife lesbian, I invite you to join the private Facebook group just for us called A Group of Our Own. Now on with the podcast.
It's time to create your future by design, not default. This is Practical Change, the podcast for midlife lesbians, where we focus on relationships, work, health, and more, with your host, certified professional coach, Claire Baker of practicalchangecoaching.com.
My first ever TikTok live. So if you found me, great. Congrats. I'm going to simultaneously record a TikTok live and a podcast / YouTube. So if you're on TikTok live and you're watching me now and you didn't know that there was a podcast or YouTube, you can now find it, Practical Change for Midlife Lesbians, at all of the podcast places, and at YouTube at Practical Change Coaching. And if you're hearing this on the podcast or the YouTube and you didn't know I had a TikTok channel that would let me do lives, then you can find me on the TikTok at Practical Change Coaching. So find me at all of the places to find all of the things. And, I'm just sort of figuring it out as we go along, which means, live is as live does, I suppose. So today it's January 2023, and this is the second season of the podcast. So welcome. I've been pretty frank in the last, 6 months or so about the challenges that I've had with persistent depressive disorder, with some of the bigger challenges I've had that have informed me and my life and how I coach. And so I am just going to keep doing more of that, because I find that that's really the only way I know how to be and how to do things. And, this time of year is the time of year when people start with new beginnings. It's, a clean slate, let's try some new things. And I am here to reject the regular New Year's resolutions as just they're not really designed to make you feel much better. It's either, did you lose the weight or didn't you lose the weight? Did you make all that money or didn't you make all that money? And so instead, I'm going to, first I'll review the model. So my coaching practice and the life coach school that I am a graduate of, is certified through, has an underpinning, a rubric called the model. And with the model, you have it starts with a circumstance. So something that's true, something that's out in the world that's irrefutable, it's 52 degrees out, or, there's a war in Ukraine or something that you can pretty much document that's a true thing. And then from that circumstance, you have a thought, and the thought is whatever you want to think. 52 degrees might be, if you're here in my part of the world, dang, it's warm. It's warm for January. Someplace else in the world might say, gosh, why is it so cold? If you're in Hawaii and it's 52, maybe that's cold. So the thought is a subjective sort of thing. Then you have a feeling about the thought. Maybe I'll give you a better example. So let's say for the circumstance, your job pays this much money. So your job pays $50,000, and your thought is, this is not enough money, so I can't live on this money. Somebody else, of course, might think $50,000 is awesome. Wow, that would be great. I would love to have that job. But if your first thought is, I can't live like this. Your feeling then could be resentful. They should pay me more. And from that place of feeling resentment, we take our actions. From the feelings, we take our actions. So from resentment, maybe you goof off at your job, or you don't try very hard. You gossip with the coworkers. You don't show up the way you could otherwise. And then from there, you don't, if your thought is this is not enough, you show up as not enough in your job. So that's an unintentional model. You're getting results based on your thoughts and feelings and actions that are kind of delivering for you not what you want, which I guess would be in this situation, I need more money, or I want more. So an intentional model and unintentional models, those thoughts we have, they happen all the time. They just run all the time. And whether we recognize them or not, we're having thoughts that deliver feelings that are just what they are. But when you have some awareness about this, you can do intentional models. That means the circumstance, which is the same for, it's the same circumstance. I make X amount of money in this job. Your thought about that is up to you. So you get to choose your thoughts. So in this job example, your thought could be, I'm ready for more. So that's an intentional model. I make this much money. Let's say you use that 50,000. I make 50,000 is my pay. I'm ready for more. Could be, I'm ready for more responsibility, ready for more money, or whatever. I'm ready for more. And from that feeling, from that thought, maybe your feeling is like resolve, or something like you can, I can do this. I can do more. I can do stuff. I can either, maybe it translates into, put effort into finding another job. At is put effort into the current job, take more initiative, do more stuff, raise your hand more, whatever, show up at work, demonstrating that you're ready for more, that you deserve more, that you can do more. And then from that, you open more doors. And the result may or may not be a direct linear line to I'm ready for more, and then they paid me more. It could mean a lot of different things, but if you don't kind of create the atmosphere by which you're taking actions that will give you different results, your results are not going to change. You're going to continue to be kind of stuck with your unintentional model. So resolutions, you're thinking about New Year's resolutions, then you could think, well, resolution, it's all about the result line. What do I want in the result line? I want to make $1 million this year. I want to find the love of my life. I want to, all of those things in the R line, the results line, based on your actions that hinge on your feelings, which were born from your thoughts, which come from initially a circumstance. So, and in our world of the life coach school stuff, the result line is sort of designed to be tangible. It's a thing. Can you measure it? But does it have to be that way? I say no. Nay, I say, at least not in my world, because we want what we want because of how we think we will feel when we have it. I am not the first to say that. But think about it, right? You only want more money because of the stuff you can buy, because you think that will make you happier. You only want, the love of your life because because you want to feel that. You want to have that connection. You want to have that. It's how you want to feel in the having of it, right? So for me, for this year, instead of setting goals in the results line, which look like, I want to make so much money, or I want to do whatever, is I'm setting goals for how I want to feel. And so, and I've thought about this. You think, wow, who thinks about this stuff? It's like, I do. Like, it's the time of year. People are like, well, do you got any resolutions for the year? Do you want, what word do you want to, have your be your talisman, your thing this year? What do you want to have be your thing this year? And I don't know about that, but I did come up with 2 feelings that I want to guide me. And with the model, you can look for a feeling and then try to find a thought that matches it. But I'll do that, but I also want to put the feeling in the result line. And I'll share it. I know you're on the edge of your seats. The 2 feelings I want to rely on this year are self-assurance and connection. In self-assurance, I picked self-assurance because I just want to feel like, yeah, that's what I want to do. Yes, that was a good move. Yeah, I feel comfortable with that. And to lean into thoughts and actions that will keep me out of a place, keep me away from feeling at sixes and sevens or not knowing what I want. Oh yeah, that felt like a good move. That's the feeling I want for everything. I want that feeling. So, and that's not to say I don't have stuff planned, the things I want to accomplish. I've got health goals. I've signed up for a duathlon, a bike run duathlon for the end of April. I have goals for connecting with my wife and our kids and building friendships and that sort of thing. So connection is that part, but it's a goal sort of. I don't know. I can measure how did I do on that one. That one's weird, but I will know if I brought the intention to it that I want to build relationships and connection. So health goals, relationship goals, career goals, continue to grow my coaching business. I also have a day job, continue to show up and do the work that I want to do for that job, and another sideline job of coaching for a company that it's a major national company that helps with weight loss, and their initials are WW. So to manage all of those things, I have, stuff I can do to make them happen. But what I really want is to come out the end of the year thinking, yeah, I did everything I could to show up for that duathlon the way I wanted. I have my training plan and I followed it. And so what you can hear there is my goal is not to crush the duathlon or to win the duathlon or to come in first in my age group. I don't know who else is going to be doing that duathlon. I don't have any idea. There's some ringer. Maybe the expectation that I maybe I could set a time for it, but really what I want is to show up and to feel good. I've done this duathlon before and I was mad at myself the whole time because I didn't train for it like I felt like I should. So I accomplished duathlon, check, but still don't feel good about how I showed up. What I want is to feel good about how I show up. So that's my duathlon thing. Not everything is going to connect to self-assured, but there could be circumstances in the world that would give me thoughts. It wouldn't lead me to feeling self-assured in that way. But hopefully in any situation that comes up, I can find connection. So if let's say there's a global pandemic happens, that's a circumstance. My thought could be, I want to make sure people are okay. Connection. That is a feeling of connection. How can I feel that? How can I get to a place of feeling connected or self-assured in all of my moves? So I offer that. So maybe, so I mentioned this is my first TikTok live. And so I can't even hardly even read what you guys got going on in the chat. I will read them all though, and I will respond. I think I can do that. I'm kind of newish to the TikTok. But I do want to hear what you're thinking about in terms of goals that you are setting for the year. And I would suggest, I was going to say challenge, but that's kind of goals like. It was like, no, it's like, I would suggest that you consider finding a goal or setting yourself up for feeling better. How do you want to feel? And figure out how you can feel that way now or sooner, and not have it hinge on whether or not you accomplished it. We use my duathlon thing. This is in 2019, set an intention, did a duathlon. I actually was first in my age group. But I didn't train for it like I should have. I didn't. And that's my brain torturing me about that still. Of course I can make peace with that, but I don't want to have another duathlon where my big memory of the duathlon isn't, wow, what a great experience. I really challenged myself. There weren't a ton of, midlife lesbians at the duathlon, like me. It was me. I wanted to be, I showed up for myself. I set a challenge. I set a schedule. I figured it out. I did what I set out to do, and I feel good about it. I want to feel good about it. I feel self-assured, feel connection with me. I feel connection to the people I work with or trained with, or my family who came out to support me or whatever. What are you hoping for? Can you break it down in goals that are like a physical or wellness goal? Maybe going to eat better, even if it's, incorporating in, more green leafies twice a week, something like that. So a health physical goal, think of something that would help you in that way, something career wise or financial related. Maybe you've been trying to make some progress on getting out of debt, finding another job, finding a better place to live, something about your situation there. Have you thought about that? Are you giving it some structure? Can you make it work where you are? Relationships. Can you improve relationships that you've already got? Make some new relationships. Interesting thing about relationships is that, at least for me, I find when I'm most critical of others, most judgmental of my wife or our kids or whatever, it's usually at times when something is going on with me and I'm judging me for something. And so when I can when I see myself do that, I think, oh, look, Claire, pay attention. You're being super judgmental. What does that mean? What's going on in your own head about what those other people are doing in your life? And frequently sometimes people did leave the lid off the toothpaste or whatever, but that is not what's bothering me. It's something else, something usually that's going on for me. So look for those little clues. Focus on how you feel. See if it can fit with goals that elevate and uplift. Look for opportunities to give yourself grace and self-compassion. That's what I got. You guys are awesome. Thanks. This is my first TikTok Live. I have all kinds of new content and ways to connect in 2023. Join a group of our own on Facebook. It's a Facebook group. Or follow me on TikTok or Instagram. Always welcome to visit the website, practicalchangecoaching.com, and let's connect.